Hey guys, welcome back to Good Enough Customs. So today's a little bit different. Actually, it's a lot different. I'm not in the shop. We had an estate sale we went to, and the guy was a little bit of a collector and bid on a few things. Only bought a couple things. Kind of disappointed, but you know, we still got some fun stuff. So future projects and some parts stuff that we're picking up. So today we're going to rip this little turd out of here. So Jackson saw this and thought it was the coolest little car he'd ever seen, and he just had to have it. So we got this little Fiero. We don't know anything about it. All we know is it's been sitting here for a hot minute because it's got a lot of mold and mildew. We don't even know if there's keys to it. I don't think there are. I think there is. I don't see a key in the ignition, but there is no key to it. We don't know motor, tranny. We don't know if there's anything in it. We don't know if it runs. We don't know anything about it. So today we're going to pull this guy out. We're going to load it up. We're going to drag it home and hopefully get it pressure washed, cleaned up, and get all the mouse houses out of it. And y'all guys can follow along for the ride. We'll catch y'all here in just a little bit. All right, folks. So what we're going to do is I've got my little air compressor hooked up. I'm gonna air these tires up so that way maybe we can roll this thing out of its hole that it's living in. I'm gonna try and put air in all the tires and try to air the tires up just that way we can roll this thing out and maybe roll it a little bit easier to get it on the old car dolly. So all right, folks, so we got the tires air up. They look like they're holding air. So now we're gonna come through and just clip all these vines, get this crap out of the way so we can actually pull the car out, and then we'll get to working on getting her on the tow dolly. Well, this little Fiero fought the hell out of us. The doors they're unlocked, but they're seized up, so I can't get into the door to put the damn thing in neutral. So that made it really difficult to get it up on top of this tow dolly. But front tires are holding air. Hopefully the steering wheel don't start dancing like crazy. It should pull straightish. Only thing I'm really worried about is these guys coming apart on the ride home. That's pretty sketchy, but we're taking all back roads, so we'll see how this works out. So we'll catch up with you at the house. All right, folks, so we got her home. It's boy, she's rough, and there's an odor coming out of this car that is it's interesting. So anyway, so you know, I was worried about these tires making it, and they just made it. This passenger side tire, I mean, she wasn't far from turning loose on us, and that would have been a whole lot of fun. But we're gonna get out here and we're gonna pressure wash on this thing and see if we can't make it look like it's something other than just covered in mold and literally fish from the bottom of a river, because that's kind of what it looks like. But anyways, yeah, here we go. So in case you're wondering, these are the two ingredients I'm using in this little pressure washer, and the little soap dispenser down there. Using full concentrate, Purple Power, and Mean Green. The only reason why I'm using both of them is because I ran out of Mean Green and I had this sitting in the shop. So it's a nice mixture of that. So that ought to eat up some of this crap pretty good. So first things first, we're going to take and basically just get the car wet. Nothing real crazy, just get it wet, and then we're going to hit it with this Purple Power Mean Green combo, and just let that sit and soak for a little bit. This thing's had a repaint, and it's pretty crappy. Pretty much everything on this car is pretty crappy, but that's what's kind of fun about it. So we're gonna take and let it sit. If you're ever doing something like this with, you know, using full strength degreaser on paint, be warned, it will eat the paint. It'll take off a couple layers, and if you ain't prepared for that, it's a mess. But you know, like I said, this one, we don't care. It can take off a layer or two of paint. We're probably going to end up rattle canning this thing anyhow. So anyway, stay tuned, and hope you enjoy the pressure washing.
Oh, I've been traveling down the road with no place to go, no place to go. Pockets filled with holes, money's running low, truck is moving slow, and I keep going old, 'cause I've been traveling down the road with nowhere to go, nowhere to go. Yes, I've been traveling down this long, long road with no place to go. Don't see no end in sight. Sundown turns to night. Tomorrow's another day, wandering away. Yeah.
Well, yep, she was definitely dirty. But yeah, you can see how just terrible this is. I mean, that's some really poorly prepped paint that they put on over top of that really nice, what do they call that? Torch red, I think, was the name that they had for this paint color. But yeah, I mean, you know, cleaned half the car up. I'm saving the other half for Jackson. So this is what we got left to do. She's pretty filthy. So moving on. All right, guys, so I screwed up. I forgot to turn the camera on and film all the fun and frivolity that we were just going through. Getting into the car. You know, we got no keys. The driver's door, the interior lock is broke off, it looks like, so it's locked. Passenger door was partially open. It showed unlocked, but the handles weren't working. Got a little creative and was trying to just basically break the window regulator and shove the window down. That worked out about as well as you'd expect. It blew the window up. So so now we have no passenger window, but with the condition of the interior, who cares? This thing is roached. It is in rough shape on the inside. And then came back to the back, the trunk / hood, and basically just punched out the lock cylinder back here, and finally got it to release. Everything's super rusty, so it doesn't want to turn anything loose. But yeah, this is what we got for the trunk. So you can see the fiberglass is pretty weak. That's all right, that'll buff out. But I mean, you can see the latch is just, God almighty, it is rough. So super rusty there. We had the little 4-banger. I believe this is the Iron Duke 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. I actually had a van that had this motor in it, and couldn't kill the damn thing. I tried. It had I believe it was one of my dad's vans that I kind of inherited when I was working for him, and something had froze up on, I forget exactly what it was, but I think the crank was warped on it, so it sat there. Ghost, hush. So whenever it was sitting there running, it sounded like a diesel. It was hilarious. But anyways, so we got that little 4-banger in here. Who knows the condition? I mean, everything's super rusty. I don't know if the car was underwater completely, or just this is just sitting stuff. It's got a lot of mud up in here, but that could be from just other stuff. But I mean, just from doing our pressure washing, we got moisture just hanging back here. So we got the of course the window busted out here. What fun that was. You can see all my sparkly shards everywhere. Ran the vacuum just to kind of try to get some of the pieces up. I'll have to do it again because now it's out here. Oh yeah, don't mind the feet. I am not wearing socks. but I got glass all over the ground out here. And yeah, don't do this wearing flip-flops, because I've pulled probably 3 pieces of glass out of my feet. But yeah, here's the interior, boy. She is she's a little rough, but the smell is yeah, it's pungent. It is definitely strong. It just, I mean, it smells like bad decisions and freaking mold. It's rough. But so we're gonna get at it and try to get that driver's side door open, so that way we can pop the hood / trunk, or whatever you call this thing. So we're gonna get at it and see what we can't do in here. So we finally got the front open. I'd say she's seen a little bit of water, a little bit of flooding. I mean, look at that. Oh, look at that though. Oh my God. Wait for it. Wait for it. We got a little mouse house hanging out right here. Good thing we got the spare, you know. Yeah, this is disgusting. This is really gross. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with this thing. She's rough. She's real rough. There's definitely no, I'm not a restoration guy. You know, I like to fix them, drive them, have fun in them, you know, continue fixing on them. This thing's in such bad shape with everything. I mean, we're pretty much gonna have to gut the whole freaking car. I guarantee you that motor won't run. I do want to tear into the motor, and we might do that on a later show. Tear into this motor a little bit and just see how bad this is, because I'm sure this thing is just, I'm sure it's bad. I mean, it's got no engine oil, rust on the dipstick. Training's got a bunch of water in it, so I'm sure the training's, you know, completely gone. Either that or it's really clean. You know, the interior is just completely hashed. So we may pull these seats out later, not right now, but pull the seats out, just try to pressure wash them, clean them up a little bit, let them sit out in the sun and dry out. That way they you know, we've at least got some seats for it. That ignition key did not turn the ignition, but that could just be that the ignition's rusted up. So I don't know what we're going to do with this thing. It may end up being a little doorless gambler style car. I mean, we paid $140 for this car, so it was just kind of one of those. It's $140. I think it was $154 after the auction fees and all that crap. I think it was like $154. So we got $150 in this stinking car, you know, plus a couple hours fiddling around, you know, dragging it out and trying to break into it, pressure washing it off. So eventually we'll do something with it. Worst case, we'll just park the thing out. I don't know. Our primary concern right now is the Blazer. We got to get the Blazer, you know, up and running. I've got a couple other things happening over the next few weeks that's going to pull me from the Blazer for just a little bit. But yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do with this, but it'll be interesting one way or another. So may take in who knows, we could do, I've seen videos where they've done the supercharged 3800 Pontiac motor and drop those guys in here, you know, 300-ish horsepower. Seen videos with those guys doing that. I've seen people putting LS, I think they're LS4s in these guys, you know, the front wheel drive LS motor, dropping those guys in it and making a little ripper. I might could get my hands on a 4.3 V6 motor for next to nothing or pretty much nothing, and be able to drop that in here possibly. I don't honestly know if it'll fit, if I can make it work. Let's see, what else have we got? A buddy of mine mentioned something about a North Star engine going in it. A little Cadillac North Star V8, I guess a little 4.9. Cool little motors, make good little power, I guess. It wouldn't take much to move this whole car around pretty good, but yeah, I don't know. What would y'all guys like to see with this thing? Drop a comment down there, let me know. Maybe y'all got ideas that I ain't thought of. I thought about, you know, hey, we could take and make it a little autocross car. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, if we get crazy down the road, maybe take and put an actual frame underneath it and change it to a front engine rear drive car, and just make it a little ripper. No, I'm not going to do what Cletus just did with his Fiero that he had with the big block crammed in the back and make it into a wheelie car. I don't want any part of that. You know, make it into a little Gambler 500 car. That'd be fun. Take it off and do some stupid stuff off-road with a little Gambler car. You know, put some knobbies on it. I don't know what size tire we can fit on this thing. I bet we could probably stick a 31. Put a little lift on it, maybe get a 32 out of it. But I don't know. Y'all guys let me know. Those are my ideas. I'm not sure. The big thing is I want to dump a bunch of money in this thing because it's a $150 car. It was just one of those things. I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it. Jackson was pretty pumped about it. He thought it was a pretty cool looking car. I don't know if he'd ever seen a Fiero before, but I remember when these things came out, I always thought they were really cool. But we don't even know if we'll fit in this damn thing. That's the other thing. We need to get the driver's door open so we can see if we even fit in the car. But yeah, drop a comment, let me know what y'all think, you know. And it's not out of the realm of possibilities. We just part it out and scrap the rest. I mean, it's got some decent parts on it, and it's got a good sunroof, I guess. I don't know if it's a factory roof in it or not. The doors, other than the internals of the doors appear to be in good shape. You know, back bumper covers in pretty good shape, front covers in good shape, hood's okay. You know, it's got some decent parts on it if somebody needed parts for their little Pontiac Fiero. It's got the slick little, I don't know what you would call these wheels. I remember they put them on this. They had them on the Grand Ams. They may have put them on the Grand Prix as well, but I think they're just Grand Ams and on this. I mean, they're aluminum, so you know I can get some aluminum money out of those, I suppose. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. All right, guys, day 2 of picking up crap from a little estate sale / auction. So we're out here. Crook's with us, and his son and my son are both over there currently working on this fine specimen, putting wheels on it. It's got one wheel that's got a flat tire on it, and the other 3 are missing Bluetooth wheels. So putting some wheels on it that we had sitting around. So I'm not sure what year this truck is. If I had to guess, 78, 79 maybe, judging by the grill. But she's actually in pretty good shape. I don't recall if this one even had a motor in it. Did this one have a motor in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got a little small block in it. I believe it has a transmission in it. Long box, you know, target practice. And it's not a bad old truck. I mean, you know, for the money. So yeah, it's got some good parts. I think that's Silverado package, isn't it? Or is that Cheyenne? Cheyenne package, okay, yeah. Cheyenne with the nice little intricate inlays and the brushed aluminum door panel pieces. But you know, once you get past all the disgusting, she's actually not a bad old truck. So bed full of stuff. We got a chair in case we get tired, we can sit down in it. Open up the toolbox. Fuel wasp nest. Somebody had them a 2-story going on. But not a terrible truck, you know. So this guy's probably going to end up being a project at some point. Not sure when. Maybe some parts get taken off of it. but that will definitely end up being a project at some point. So now we're gonna walk over to the other two I got over here. One I believe is a 78. It's a long box, and then the other one is 72, another long box. And we're gonna have to work to get these two out. They're in some thick stuff. So we'll catch back up here in just a moment. All right, so y'all remember me saying yesterday the guy was a bit of a collector. This was one of the lots that they sold. You know, scrap metal. Need a couple vacuums. There's a shampooer, carpet shampooer. We got, what did you say?
Wheelbarrow.
Oh, wheelbarrow right there.
DVR.
Oh, we got us a DVR.
And
some box fans. Looks like a dish DVR box. Oh, stop sign, maybe. Stop sign. That would have been worth it. But anyways, so yeah, this guy was definitely a collector. They've cleared out a lot of stuff. I mean, we got a giant pile of chairs over there. I don't know where the mountain of bicycles is. There is a mountain of bicycles that I swear is 15 feet tall.
it's back over here.
But anyways, here's the other two. Can you see them? So we got the 78 right here. It's got a little tree growing up through the behind the bumper, up through the core support, out where the headlight bucket would be. And then over here's the 72. I believe it's a 72. Long beds, that mint green color. Local Tennessee truck, Wilson County Motors, from Franklin, Tennessee. So local truck, got a little it's like a little whoopsie-doo back there on the side of the bed. But once we get it drug out of its little grave over here, we'll dig into it a little bit deeper and you know, do a better walk around on it. That ought to be a really fun little truck eventually. And then this guy, the 78, you can see, you can see parts of it a little bit better back here. But I mean, this truck is really straight for what it is. There's no motor, no tranny in it. There is a small block in the bed that you can see the passenger door sitting right there, but that's where they set the small block, so it caved in the passenger door pretty good. There is a driver's door sitting inside the cab. I don't know if it's the door for the truck or not. Looks like they did some custom carpeting in there with some shag, so hopefully the floors aren't too terribly rotted. But this is probably the straightest truck I've seen out here, and it's got a few little spots of rust and, you know, typical cancer spots that these old square bodies get. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at right now. So we're gonna get back over here and try and help the boys get this other truck, get some wheels on it so we can take it, and we're gonna go store it over at Crook's property. So we're gonna go store these things over there because I'm out of room at my house. So we're gonna go store these over there on his property, and y'all guys will definitely see these at a later date. So anyways, we'll catch back up with you here in just a little bit. So just walking back over, you know, another little example here. We got some lawnmowers, and then ooh, a Ford. Wait, sorry Ford guys, just messing with you. I like them all. All right, well, we got her on the trailer. She fought us. She wasn't as bad as that Fiero though. You can see we got a locked up caliper. So this guy right here wasn't turning. I even reached in there and cut the brake line, and hoping it was just a seized up caliper, but she probably got a locked up wheel bearing. So we'll deal with that another time. So whenever we get it over to the property, we'll probably just strap a chain around the front and just yank her plumb off the trailer, pull it over in tree line somewhere. So now we just got to strap it down and head out, and then we're going to go grab some lunch and some water because it's hot. well, it's not hot. It's in the 70s. Unexpected warm front here in March, so it's in the mid upper 70s today. And we're putting some work in. So we did not bring enough water, so we got to go get some water. Plus, it's almost lunchtime, so we're gonna go grab some lunch while we're out. But we'll be back, and we'll get over there and start finishing up clearing out them trucks, and then we can drag them guys out. So we'll catch up here in just a bit. So this is one of the other items I purchased, which is just a cab that somebody's already scabbed out. Cab corners, part of the rear panel. It's got a slider in it. It's missing part of the hardware on the slider. But I mainly bought this for these guys. Since Jackson's truck is, one side's completely rusted out and pulled, has no striker, and the other side's all booger welded up on that striker, and it's in the wrong spot. I bought this primarily just so I can cut this freaking panel out. It's got a couple other decent parts. I mean, this little trim panel here looks to be okay. It'll probably polish up all right. It's got seat belts. They're green, but this might come back around a little bit. It probably is rusty in there, so it'll just need to be lubed up real good. It's got a decent column on it. It's a little rough, but it's a decent enough column. It's got a key, but it don't start, and that's probably why. But apparently this was a four-wheel drive cab. So we got the four-wheel drive shifter boot, which is cool because then I can take out that tranny tunnel and keep that. This cab's just going to go to the scrap after I get done taking pieces and parts off of it. I mean, it's got a couple of visors in it, but they're not really much anything. Got wasp nest, probably a couple more hiding in here that I don't know about, but it's got a good gas pedal assembly, so I can keep that. Those are always good to kind of keep around. I'll probably keep the seat belts off of it. Maybe some pieces of the floor, probably not. Pretty much just going to keep the that tranny tunnel, because those are nice because they're taller than the two-wheel drive tunnels. And then it's got some other pieces and parts on the front end. It's got the little relay for the AC, I guess. It's got the AC box on it. The firewall here on the cowl, is actually in pretty good shape. It's got a little surface on it, but it's not rotted through. So I'm tempted. I don't know how much work's going to be involved with it. Probably more than I'm wanting to do. But since Steve is so rotted out right in here, I thought about taking and just cutting this guy out and then putting that in on Steve. But it was a power brake truck, so it's got the old brake booster. I'm going to guess it's no good, and we got pudding going on in there. But yeah, still got the steering shaft. It's in good shape. Got a wiper motor. That may work. I don't know. We'll see. This weather strip actually for the back of the hood is not in bad shape, but windshield shot. It's got decent drip rails, so I may pull those off and take those to a swap meet and see what we can't do with those. But I mean, it's got some decent parts, but like I said, mainly these are the pieces I was interested in. And considering what I paid for the truck, or for the cab, it's a no title, whatever, don't care. But it's got a VIN plate on it. So I mean, somebody, if they needed a VIN plate, I know that's not legal, but it's got a good VIN plate that could benefit somebody somewhere down the road. I don't know. But I paid $50 for this cab. $50. There ain't much left of it, but it's got the good strikers. It's got the sliding rear window. It's got the steering column. It's got a few other little odd and end pieces, the seat belts and all that. So I've got a few dollars worth of spare parts sitting here. I can just take it. Seat belt's $20. Somebody probably buy them for $20. Yeah, steering column needs some work. It's a little rough, but it's a decent enough steering column. Somebody probably give $20 for that, maybe. And so before you know it, after I scrap the rest of it, I got my money back out of it, so it's not really losing anything. But anyway, so this is the other little piece I got. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just an old truck cab. So anyways, we're gonna move along. We got that truck loaded up. They're strapping it down right now, and then we got to go way over there on the other side of this big stack of crap right here, and finish cutting those trucks out so we can get those loaded up and taken over to the property. So anyways, we'll check back here in a bit. pull this open really quick?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we got the 72 and the 78 pretty well dug out ish. All the tires hold air except for the two rear ones on the 72. This one has got a leaky bead. The other rear has a leaky valve stem. It seemed to like going up to about 20 pounds, and then it didn't want any more than that. But this truck, of course, couldn't get to it to open up the hood, and so we popped the hood just a few minutes ago. Oh yeah, the old 300. Things are freaking indestructible. This guy might just run. So depends on how bad the condition is inside the motor, but you know, we can fiddle with this and see if we can't make this guy talk. And then it's a 3-speed on the column, so that's cool. And looks like, you know, it's had some water rushing over it, so that may be full of water. It may be full of rust. We'll figure it out and we'll see what we can do about it. At least get it, you know, sloppy set up and running. So, but these good old Uniroyal Laredos, these are only second to the Uniroyal Tiger Paws in terms of durability. These son of a guns, they still took air with as rough as they look. Every one of these took air. I got like 30 pounds in each one of these tires. I think that one's got water in the bottom of it. But now we can get a little bit better look on the inside. We got our custom shag carpet. It's seen better days, but we do have some really nice shag. Cute green for those that are interested. But we got, you know, pieces and parts. So we got, you know, dash insert. Got a Ford part there. There's our instrument cluster parts of it. Yeah, I mean, we got parts in here. But yeah, it's a black truck, tan interior. We got a brown door back here with a good tan door panel on it. Driver's side, we don't have a door panel, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. Well, it looks like we got a couple nasty spots up here on the roof. That may have some mud in it. That does have some mud in it. Well, that might not be good. But I just happen to know where a good cab sits with a good roof in it. It's sitting on the back of my trailer right now. So maybe we cut the roof off of this guy and put that other roof on it. I don't know, we'll see. So anyways, we're getting ready to start loading these guys up, and we'll join back up here shortly. All right, guys, so we got I'm not sure when the camera's battery went down, but we finally got the 78 black long bed up here on the trailer. We don't know if it's the brake drums are locked up or the rear end's locked up, but that was challenging getting that up here with the tires locked up, kind of like the Fiero. But we had a better trailer set up here, more people to trade out and do stuff, so we got her all loaded up, and now we can take this over to the property. But I mean, you can see we were dragging the crap out of this thing, getting her out. She was sunk in pretty good. A little better shot of the L72 over here, but oh, look at that. It's got the sexy tailgate. It's got that nice thin band across. That thing, I hadn't found a dent in it. So this is nice. That ought to polish up really, really good. So the thing looks like it had factory, that may have had a pinstripe right in there. But you know, we got a little cancer down here like they all get. Same on the other side. A little bit over the door, over the fenders. A couple little pinholes here, nothing major. Pretty standard stuff, you know. Standard floor pan, rocker panel rust. We got a little bit going on back here in the cab corner. But you know, the shag carpet, boy, that does it for me. Makes me want to put on my afro and disco suit and get at it. But we'll see what the floor looks like underneath. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's the thing of nightmares. So, hey, this thing still got the headliner in it, and it's actually not terrible. A little spit shine, she might come out. But anyways, we're gonna get this thing over to the property and drop it off and come back for the 72. We'll catch up here shortly. We got the green truck pulled out, but brakes are locked up on it. We think it's the brakes, could be the axle, who knows. So we're fixing to do sketchy shit level 1000 and try to beat on this brake drum. We forgot our I forgot to grab my little mini sledge. I usually keep one in the truck, and I guess I took it out, so I don't have a mini sledge. Crook didn't bring one with him, so we found the next best thing. We got some sort of exhaust manifold attached to a piece of pipe. So I'm gonna swing that sucker and try to beat the hell out of that brake drum and knock it loose. So we'll see what happens. All right. Sketchy shit.
Don't dent the bed, bro.
Hit the bed. Right off the...
Oh,
I think that man.
we're out there.
Oh, hit the bed.
Down low, man, down low.
It seems like hold off.
See, she's wild. That's a lot of weight to be shaking around.
We're close.
Listen her up. It's got the lip on that backside.
What, I need to hit it on top again, or is, I mean, it seems loose.
It's loose, but there's the rust lip that always forms there. Telling you.
Oh, he's
It's
kicking
loose
stuff
everywhere.
back on you.
Yeah.
It's a rust.
Yeah. You'll have to hit it from the backside.
Hit it from the back.
Good God, that's not No.
You said hit it from the back.
Dude, you hit me right in the taint. So I was swinging the while I was swinging that manifold, I knocked the drum loose. But while I was down there, I tried turning the axle just a little bit, and she ain't budging, so I'm guessing the axle seized up or the tranny seized up. So we're just gonna throw tires on it and drag it up there with the back end just skidding along. Yay. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. So that's, wow, what a busy weekend. Today I think we got started at 9:30, somewhere in that neighborhood, and we just wrapped up at like 6:30, and we stopped for like an hour to go get some food and water, since we weren't smart enough to bring extra water. The unfortunate side of all this was Crook's trailer is damaged right now, so we're using his dad's trailer. Crook's trailer is a little bit lower deck, so it's easier to get stuff off and on. So his dad's trailer is a little bit taller, and it's a little rougher to get stuff on. One of these days I'll actually buy myself a trailer and won't have to worry about it. But one thing we haven't really invested in is a freaking winch for the trailer. So you know, if you're going out and grabbing crap out of the woods and all that, get a winch on a trailer. God almighty, we struggled so much today with getting stuff up on that dang trailer. We used the come along at one point. Let's see, for the blue truck and for the green truck, we both used Crook's dad's truck because he's got a 3/4 ton Chevy. I've got my little Nissan. It ain't got enough ass to it to pull anything big. So it'll pull stuff around on out in the dirt, but it ain't got enough to pull up onto the trailer for that height. But it was a good time. I'm pretty beat. I'm pretty wore out, slightly dehydrated. So we're gonna call that good. Unfortunately, it just got dark on us, so we couldn't get all the stuff on the 72 as we're getting it loaded up on the trailer. But look for that 72 soon. Hopefully here in the next couple 3 weeks at the most. We're going to drag it over here to the house and pressure wash it, mainly because we just want to see what this thing's going to look like underneath all the crap and crud on top of it. I don't think we're going to work on trying to get it running or anything just yet. It's probably going to take some good work to get that thing running. Pretty much everything that was gotten off that property was sitting down in a floodplain. So at one point in time, everything's been underwater out there. So all these trucks, all the the cab that I got, that turd of a Fiero that I picked up, they've all been underwater at some point. I don't have titles to any of these things, so we'll see about what I can do to get titles on these vehicles. If not, that's okay. We can always part stuff out. We got a lot of good parts on these. So basically the tally was I think it was about $150, $150 on the Fiero. I paid $50 for that truck cab. It was $360 for the blue long bed. Kind of went a little high on that black long bed, but it's a good truck. I mean, it's straight as all get out, minus the doors, but and the hood was, hood's buckled up a little bit, but I mean, it's a really straight truck and not a ton of rust. Pretty typical rust on it. Paid $460, I think, for that, which is still not bad. Let's see, and then that 72, that one came in at $360 as well. So I mean, grand total after all the auction fees, everything else, I'm not counting the fuel and the time spent to get those things out of there, which that was a lot of time. But grand total we're looking at, it's like $1,500. So yeah, they may be able to get back on the road if I can get titles for them. If not, that's okay. They'll make some hellaciously good parts vehicles for folks looking for stuff. So either way, can get the money back out of them one way or another. But anyhow, so look for that 72 coming up here for long. We'll drag it here to the house, clean her up a little bit, not full on detail or anything, but we'll at least pressure wash it and kind of get all the spiders and mouse houses and all that stuff out of that truck. We'll probably do a little bit more work on the old Fiero. It's here at the house because it's so small. I can stick it over in a corner somewhere. But we're going to focus more on the Blazer here soon. I think next week, or today's Sunday. So yeah, so this coming up Friday, I've got a buddy coming down. He's bringing down his 4Runner. That's for his son. Son's fixing to turn 16. He's got this 4Runner that he's had for a few years. It needs some work done on it, so we're going to jump in on that and do that. And I think I'm going to film that and put that up here. As long as he's cool with it. I hadn't double checked with him, make sure that's fine, but we'll see. He's a pretty cool guy, so he'll probably be all right with it. But either way, we'll look forward to seeing y'all guys next week. If you like the video, if you like this stuff, give me a like. If you hadn't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I don't get out and purchase stuff like this very often. It happens every once and again. I can't honestly think of another time where I've picked up 4.5 vehicles at one shot. It's always been, one here, maybe 1.5. When I say half, I'm talking about like a cab, or a bed, something like that. But I can't think of another time I've done that. And it was one of those that this old guy had this property crammed full of stuff and had seen some of the stuff before. He was one of those, no, I'm not going to sell anything because I'm going to fix it up one day, or I've got a use for it, or who knows, basic hoarding mentality is what it was. But opportunity came up where they had the auction going on, jumped on the auction, got some cool stuff. So we'll see where it leads. Don't know. But yeah, if y'all guys got some ideas on that Fiero, drop them down there, let me know. And maybe we'll do something stupid with it, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, enemies. I don't care. Tell people. Let's make this thing, make this channel grow and keep rolling. And by the way, I just topped 400 subscribers. So to think about that in the course of the last 3 months, that's pretty awesome. I'm very appreciative of that. So y'all guys keep it up, keep spreading the word, and get these numbers pumped up. That'll be awesome. So anyways, y'all guys take it easy, and just remember, it ain't got to be perfect, just good enough. Y'all have a good one.